EA Sports. It's in the game.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Right there, 54 Mike.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game, 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. The first carry for C.J. Prosise. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Crunch time, defense.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. A no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. After the interception, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Check. Watch 54.
Watch the run.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jacob Hollister, 64 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is taken near the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw is Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And
look at this. It's a fake. But he will not make the 1st down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes, and now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off at his own 47. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson, buying time to his left. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Got outside of the tackle box, and sometimes that can be a recipe for disaster, but here it was not.
It's frustrating for guys on defense, too, because he got out to the left and then still delivered on the move with accuracy.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Now it's Wilson, and this will be caught. So the try for 2, good, and it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken near the 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down carry for Procise. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it with Carson. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.